Hey, you guys, it's Monday. It's your last Monday of school. We're finishing with the One Day in the Prairie, and we're starting on chapter 6. And there's a few pages in chapter 6, and then there's a chapter 7 that's only about 4 pages. So we're going to finish this off today. Okay, and I also put up that this is the one we're reading now, One Day in the Prairie. There's also One Day in the Woods and One Day in the Desert. If you liked this author, Jean Craighead George, and they're all pretty similar. They give a lot of details about the setting and about the animals and what's going on there. So it says, at 4:15 p.m., Henry Rush notices Red Dog's whiskers twitching, the signal he gives before he leaps. Henry waits without moving a finger. The camera is pointed and focused. The little rodent is sitting straight up on his haunches, his paws flailing, his teeth rattling. Something terrible is about to happen, his body language and those teeth sounds say. The wasps sense this too. She races to finish her work before the disaster. She drags the tarantula, who is 12 times bigger than she, across Prairie Dog Town looking for a soft spot to bury him. Then she will lay an egg in him, and in spring, the egg will hatch into a larva who will feed on the living but paralyzed tarantula. The air pressure drops abruptly, warning the wasp to find shelter. She will not let go of her prize. She feels with her antenna for a place to dig. Trotting through the meadow above Quanah Creek comes the herd of longhorns. They are loping toward the safety of the lowland, where Prairie Dog Town lays. A red-shouldered hawk takes off from a dead tree along the creek. A flock of red-headed ducks who are migrating southward hastily leaves Quanah Lake, calling in alarm. The great blue heron hears them, stops stalking fish, and hunches down in the reeds. At 4:45 p.m., the light is yellow, black, and ominous. Red Dog whistles and click, backflips. Got it, shouts Henry Rush. Got the buffalo are stampeding. He dashes behind a tree. The meadow by Quanah Lake is covered with billowing dust. Black heads and white horns show over the top of the swirling cloud, churned up by the stampeding feet. The buffalo gallop toward Henry like a roaring avalanche. A stick cracks, that is all it takes. The stampeding buffalo turn and thunder back toward Quanah Lake. Prairie Dog Town is deserted. Everyone is underground. The vast miles of grass on the prairie flatten out under a powerful wind. Birds drop to the ground. Badgers and skunks hide. The raging cloud spins into a funnel. Tornado, whispers Henry Rush. What a picture. He snaps the shutter. My gosh, it's coming this way. He looks for a low spot in the land. The buffalo turn at the stream edge. They snort in fear, panic, and trample. A fallen crow. They thunder toward Prairie Dog Town once more, bellowing as loud as the wind that buffets their huge bodies. As the black funnel descends, they drop to their knees and roll to the ground. Henry Rush sees them go down and drops to the ground, too. The tip of the funnel roars 10 feet above his head like 1,000 speeding freight trains. Rocks spin in the air, riding the powerful wind like paper. The sound is of screaming and roaring and all the things exploding. The tornado touches down at the far end of Prairie Dog Town and wipes out everything: grass, trees, and creatures. And so this is where the picture comes in. So let me see if I can get this for you. This is the funnel, the tornado touching down. And then this is where they're showing the longhorn that were stampeding across the grasses. And this actually goes into chapter 7, which is just a few pages. And so see, this is kind of similar to those like I Survived. They give you really detailed encounters of what's going on with nature. Henry holds his head and closes his eyes. Rain gushes down as if released from a fire hydrant. In seconds, Prairie Dog Town is a lake. Only the cones stand above the flood, and the tunnels and bedrooms do not fill with water. Within 2 minutes, the terror is over. Rocks and trees and leaves fall to earth a mile away. There is silence in Prairie Dog Town. Presently, Red Dog appears on his cone and barks. All is well. Henry looks up. The tornado is high in the sky, a small black funnel that looks as innocent as a teacup. The torrential rain stops. The buffalo get to their feet. They shake the debris from their fur. A lark sings. The tarantula wasp lies miles to the east, dead beneath a fallen rock. Her egg is unlaid. The bull elk stands calmly under a pecan tree. Not a hair on his body is ruffled. The tornado went to the south of him. Henry Rush gets up and runs. He has had enough. He is lucky to be alive. A patch of forest on Sacred Mountain has been pulled up by the roots and dropped on a riverbank. A wide swath of grass through the prairie has been mowed, sucked up into the wind funnel and scattered on the mountain. Tornadoes touch down, destroy, and lift up again as they skip across the land. They can touch down many times before they lose their power and fade. Henry reaches the sign. It has been clipped off and dumped in Quanah Lake, but the post stands firmly upright. He waves as he sees his father's truck bumping down the road. Wait till I get home tonight and ask Mom. Oh, and Mom asks, "What did you do today?" Henry says, climbing into his seat. Wow! The truck drives off. The wind and rain-beaten prairie grasses slowly rise. The killdeer walks with its family out from behind a large stone. The prairie-horned larks preen quietly under their umbrellas of flowers and grass. The eagles soar again, and the water vanishes into the dry ground. So that all was happening at 4:15, and then 4:45, the tornado touched down, right? This is at 7:16 now p.m. The sun reaches the horizon. The sky is partially cloudy. Prairie Dog Town is closed tonight for the night. Not even that excellent centennial Red Dog is out. A gust of wind picks up a seed of the devil's darling needle. It is spun through the air by its long spiral tail. The wind dies. The seed falls to earth, head down, tail up. Another gust blows against the spiral tail and turns it like a screw, twisting the seed into the soil. It is planted. Another year both ends and begins on the prairie. The sun sets at 7:18 p.m., coloring the prairie grass rose, gray, and lavender for as far as an eagle can see. And that's the end of the story. So this is One Day in the Prairie. And it actually, this Jean Craighead George has some other books that are similar. So giving really like good details of the animals and the places and the lands of what the habitat is or what the ecosystem is. So if you want to get your hands on those books, this is the Amazon site for it. But I'm sure you can find them on Scholastic too. So, all right, so we have obviously some lessons that you guys have that you're working on this week. So we're wrapping everything up, and we also are going to be having our indoor recesses every day this week, or indoor, outdoor, wherever you want to be with your device, right? So 11:30 to noon every day, except for I don't think I can do tomorrow. I have another meeting on that time, so I might schedule it for a different time tomorrow. But Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will all be that 11:30 to noon. Okay? All right, you guys have a great Monday, and I'll see you soon. Bye.